32 minutes, 7 seconds.
32 minutes to be exact, and we will be landing. So, yeah, get ready for that. Let's see here.
Medina, Missouri, United States. 4 point. Knox, Missouri, United States.
We're currently in Missouri right now, and again, we got about 30 minutes to go here.
Next waypoint, colon, yes, distance, colon, 116 nautical miles. Bearing, colon, 90. Time en route to destination, 31 minutes, 16 seconds. Time en route to destination, 29 minutes, 2 seconds. Minus 279 feet per minute.
Definitely got a lot of wind that we're dealing with today.
Minus 59 degrees. Line, colon, 225 at 89 knots, gust at 0 knots.
Yeah, the wind is almost 90 knots, almost, well, 89.
Line, colon, 225 at 89 knots.
220, heading 225 at 89 knots. So,
Heading, colon, 106.
which most of it's doing right now, just basically kind of moving us up and down, I guess you could say. We're flying in a heading of 106, and the wind is in a heading of 225, so we're going the opposite direction of the wind. Which technically, I believe the wind would pretty much be coming. Well, let's see. If we're going heading
107.
107, that's about east northeast, I believe. And the wind, so the wind's kind of coming at us from the side. And so that's why it's kind of bouncing us up and down a little bit. I will say I don't like this particular A320. I don't like the sounds of it, the cockpit sound. The sound that you're hearing right now is from the cockpit view. I believe the external sound sounds better than the rest of it. There's another view of the plane that even sounds better than what the cockpit view sounds like.
Minus 272 feet per minute. 35,000 feet. Thirty-five thousand feet. Virginia, Illinois, United States. 5.6 nautical miles, 66 degrees.
Alright, let's see how we're doing here.
Time enter of the destination, 19 minutes, 39 seconds. 34,271 feet at 249 feet per minute. Next waypoint, colon, Yesaya, distance, colon, 17 nautical miles, bearing, colon, 100 degrees, 1 minute, 52 seconds.
17 miles to go. We'll be crossing this waypoint. Should be starting our descent here shortly.
217 feet per minute. Total fuel colon 7,283.7 pounds, 1,087.2 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 6805.
We got 7,000 pounds.
7,272.
Well, a little over 7,000 pounds of fuel, so we should have enough to get landed.
Door 1 open. Door 1 closed.
That was me opening the door at 32,000 feet. That's what the one program allows you to do. I think it's silly that it lets you do that up in the air, because, you know, if you do this,
Door 1 open.
when you're in the air, I believe that would definitely cause a problem, don't you?
Door 1 closed.
Alright, let's close that. Alright.
84,085 feet per minute. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 156 nautical miles.
Alright, 156 miles to our next waypoint, KIND. That's what it said, but I bet you. Let's take a look.
List direct the top. Property pages. Property page 1 half button. List is semi root colon star semi course colon 97 semi alt 1 half button. No next review mode. No next review mode. List is 1 half button.
And go figure, NVDA wants to be stupid.
Taskbar, app start cursor, normal cursor. Running applications toolbox, top the Cortana button, FS, and lineup, list, desired, 1 half button. Screen review, blank, N39 blank. Right, left, B. Object review, map 1. List, desired, 1 half button. A, M. 1, map, 1, bottom, 1. Screen review, blank, line B, 099, line B, dot. Desired dot post, fly at 10,000 FT or desired descent to 10,000 descent to the post to 250, desired start, desired dot 35,000, job 100, fly between 20, desired dot post descent between 1 half job direct the job, 1 half job colon 54.4, job, 1 half, job colon 53, dot 8, dot 6, dot 53 colon, job, A, B.
Yeah, we're, the waypoint we're at to is job, JAAV.
B, colon 52.
52 miles. And the way to find that out is look at your where the 1 half button is, and if you're using NVDA, get on the 1 half button,
1 half button.
And do your NVDA and right arrow, control right arrow.
215, job, 1 half, dot, 1 half.
See, there's the 1 half button, NVDA, control, right arrow, and you'll see it, job,
colon 48, 213.
48,
Space, colon, job, colon 47, colon, job, colon 47, dot, 2, dot, 0, dot, 46, dot, 7.
and see the numbers are going down. 46 miles.
List desired semi root colon star semi course colon 97 semi alt FT dot semi root colons desired semi root colon dash D dash desired semi dot semi root colon job semi root colon star semi course colon 92 semi alt FT colon 27,201 semi KTS colon 290 semi leg NM colon 39.6 semi time colon 0.
Yeah, and we should start descending before we get to it, or a little bit before we get to it, I think. The altitude for that, for the next waypoint coming up after job.
Dot semi root colon semi desired semi root colon star semi course colon 97 semi alt FT colon 35,000 semi KTS colon dot semi root job semi root colon star semi course colon 92 semi alt FT colon 27,000.
Or no, it's going to be 27,000. We're going to be descending here shortly to 27,000.
Semi root colon star semi course colon 93 semi alt FT colon 25,600. AP altitude colon 6,000 feet.
And there it goes. It's changing our altitudes now. So let's get back over.
Semi root colon star semi course colon 93 semi alt job semi root colon star semi course colon.
We're headed to Colts.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
So let's get back over here. I want to pay attention to
33,881 minus 2582 feet per minute. Minus 2454 feet per minute. Minus 1700 feet per minute. Minus 1600 feet per minute. Minus 1500 feet per minute. Minus 1500 feet per minute. Minus 1400 feet per minute.
minus 1,400 feet.
33,358 feet average. Minus 1903 feet per minute. Minus 1312 feet per minute. Minus 1742 feet per minute.
Okay, so
All 290 knots.
290. I'm going to change that to.
ADF flight and auto heading HD altitude all checkbox vertical speed airspeed headed red only 290 selection removed. EF checkbox checked airspeed headed red only 280 EF checkbox checked.
We're going to switch that to 280 with the airspeed. Like I said before, that's the one thing that I do change on my own. I do that manually, and that's the speed as far as what speeds I want to be at the different altitudes.
AP altitude, hold 6,000 feet.
Now it says hold 6,000, but there's other altitudes that are going to be in between that. I'm not sure why it puts the 6,000
32,000 feet.
instead of just putting the altitudes that it should put for, you know, each altitude that you're going to. But it doesn't.
Altitude lock off. Altitude lock. 30,861 feet. 31,000. Hold 280 knots. 299 knots indicated.
We're at 299 knots, but of course we are descending.
299 knots indicated. Minus 1572 feet per minute.
At minus 1572 feet per minute. So, you know, as you're descending like that, your speed's going to kind of be up and down a little bit.
297 knots indicated. 30,879 feet ASL. Landing on.
Regular, generally it's L that will turn on all your lights or turn them off, but I did something to the hotkey or something because it doesn't work.
30,000 feet.
Neither does shift L. I don't know what's going on with that, but
29,000. Hold 280 knots.
we're going to be holding at 280 knots until we get down to about 17,000, and then I'll bring it down to 260,
Altitude lock off. Altitude lock active.
and 250, and so on. But what I already know about Indianapolis is we will get down to about 5 miles out from Indianapolis, and we're going to end up going out
29,000 feet.
and around it and then coming back in to catch our final approach. So by the time I get to 5 miles, I'll be down to 200 knots at least is where I want to be, and then we'll head out.
United States, 4.1 knots.
Then from that point I'll work on getting down to 180, 160, and 140 for a final speed.
28,000 feet. 27,000. Hold 280 knots. 27,839 feet ASL.
We're at 27,839.
27,002 feet ag. 27,647 feet ASL. 26,900 feet ag.
26,787 AGL.
286 knots indicated. Hold 280 knots.
And we're going about 286 knots right now.
Next waypoint, time, distance, 92 nautical miles, bearing, 97 degrees, 11 minutes, 39 seconds.
Now when you do right bracket W, it'll tell you, mine's saying KIND, but there are other waypoints with the star that it's not reading. So you have to go look at it if you want to.
25,816 feet ag. 26,000, hold 280 knots. 284 knots indicated.
Alright, we're at 284 knots. At about 25,000 feet. 25,531 to be exact.
26,000 feet. $24,604, 25,000 feet, hold 280 knots. 24,536, 25,201 feet ASL, 283 knots indicated. Hold 280 knots. Minus 1378 feet per minute. 25,000 feet.
Alright, let's see.
23,890, 24,000, hold 280 knots. 284 knots indicated.
Still right at 284 knots.
23,507. 24,192 VASL.
24,000 ASL, 23,000 AGL.
151 VAG.
I'm just hoping that this A320 will do better than the last one. I like to try out different planes every now and then, and there's more than one version of the A320. Some of you might be seeing it with the title PMDG 737. That is a title error. I don't know why it's not updating the title, but we'll figure it out and we'll fix it. Doesn't mean that it's clickbait to some of you out there, so don't start that junk up and going.
21,845 VAG. 22,484 VASL. 21,007. 291 knots indicated. All 280 knots. $22,000 feet. $20,570. 292 knots indicated. All 280 knots.
Now our speed went up again a little bit, but
21,000 feet.
that's expected.
20,210 feet.
I've not brought out the air brakes or anything like that. There's no need to do that. We're not, going too fast.
19,890 knots. 293 knots indicated. 20,376. 19,702 feet. Total fuel Poland 6,530.5 pounds.
We're down to 6,536 pounds of fuel.
292 knots indicated. All 280 knots. 20,000 feet. 19,314 feet.
Once the AGL gets to 18,000, we'll switch to 270.
19,765 feet ASL. 290 knots indicated. 18,905 feet. Set autopilot air selection removed. 270. Airspeed hold checkbox checked. OK button pressed. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
Alright, now we switch to 270 on our airspeed.
18,407. 290 knots indicated. All 270 knots. 19,000 feet. 290 knots indicated. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 55 nautical miles. Bearing colon 101 degrees 7 minutes 56 seconds.
55 miles to go for KIND.
17,800. 288 knots indicated. 17,680 feet.
Once we get to 16,000, I'll change the airspeed again to 260.
17,459 feet. 18,051 feet ASL. 18,284 knots indicated. 17,435 feet. 283 knots indicated.
283 knots indicated.
17,350. 282 knots indicated. Minus 1591 feet per minute. 282 knots indicated. 17,212 feet. 17,575 feet. 16,997 feet. Enter airspeed hold selection removed. Microsoft Flight Simulator. All 260 knots.
Now we're set to 260.
17,049 feet. 17,006. All 260 knots. $17,000 feet. 16,233 feet. 16,153 feet. 286 knots indicated. All 260 knots. 286 knots indicated. 15,901 feet. Altimeter colon 10 length. Total fuel colon 6,453.9 pounds. 963.4 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 1906. $16,000 feet.
Alright, we're at 16,000.
15,211 feet. Enter airspeed.
15,000 AGL. So we're going to go ahead and go to 250 on
Flight simulator X.
our airspeed.
14,900. 278 knots indicated. Hold 250 knots. 275 knots indicated. Minus 1296 feet per minute.
Minus 1296 per minute.
14,500. 273 knots indicated. 272 knots indicated. 15,164 feet. 14,307. 270 knots indicated. 15,000 feet.
I'm usually at about 240 knots by the time we get
14,238 feet. 14,886 feet. Hold 250 knots. 268 knots indicated.
to 10,000.
14,109 feet. Enter airspeed cold to Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
I think really I don't think there's really a specific schedule for making your adjustments, but the idea is to gradually slow down so that when you get to 10,000 feet, you're at a speed that you can, manage your aircraft a lot easier.
14,282. 259 knots. Hold 240 knots. 14,000 feet.
And I'm going to go ahead and go to flaps 1.
Flaps 1. Flaps 1. 13,100. 256 knots indicated. Hold 240 knots. 252 knots indicated.
That's going to help control that speed as well. Now my spoilers, those will arm themselves like they just did.
245 knots indicated. 12,683. Altitude lock off. Altitude lock active. 243 knots indicated. Altitude hold 240 knots. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 33 nautical miles. Bearing colon 107 degrees 6 minutes 21 seconds. Altimeter colon 1025. 30.28 inches. Dot.
If you listen close enough, you can hear the engines in the background.
13,000 feet.
And what I'll do is I'll kill my audio for a minute.
Altimeter colon 12,004 feet. 242 knots indicated. Hold 240 knots. 242 knots indicated. Heritage Lake, Indiana, United States. 11.0 nautical miles. 134 degrees. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. 11,600. 12,436 feet. Enter airspeed coastal. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. 11,480 feet. 242 knots indicated. Hold 230 knots. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 28 nautical miles. Bearing colon 110 degrees 5 minutes 30 seconds. 12,000 feet.
Yeah, see there, you can hear the engine humming in the background. Not real loud, but that is pretty normal for some of your jets when you're flying in RL.
Feet. Altimeter colon 9925 feet. 10,798 feet ASL. Hold 230 knots. 237 knots indicated.
We're going to go flaps out one more time here.
Flaps 10.
To flaps 10.
233 knots indicated. Hold 230 knots. 9570. 10,400. Hold 230 knots. Enter airspeed colon edit selection. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 20 nautical miles. Bearing colon 115 degrees 4 minutes 30.
Now KIND is 20 miles out, but we're only going to go 15 miles out. And then we'll be going back out and around the airport and coming back in for our final approach.
10,000 feet. Altimeter colon 9135 feet. 9952. Hold 210 knots. 225 knots indicated. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 18 nautical miles. Bearing colon 114 degrees. 4 minutes 17 seconds. Enter airspeed colon. Edit selection. $205. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Altimeter colon. 8535 PAC. 9431 PAS. Hold 205 knots. 218 knots indicated.
We're going to move out to flaps 15, and that's where I'll leave it for a little bit.
Altimeter colon 10. 8260 60. 9190 PAS. Hold 205 knots. 212 knots indicated.
Now you're going to really hear them engines working even more.
9,000 feet. Total fuel colon 6,136.5 pounds. 916.0 gallons. Total fuel flow. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 15 nautical miles. Bearing colon 112 degrees. 3 minutes 46 seconds.
Alright, KIND is now 15 miles out. And we're only going to be going 10 miles out. Or not, well, not really out. 10 miles from is a better way to say that, I think. We're going 10 miles from the airport. Or we got 10 miles to go, and then that'll put us 5 miles away from the airport, and we'll turn back out. We're not really turning back out. We're actually going along the side of the airport to come up and around it. So we'll come along the side of it, and then go back out about 32 miles, and come back in for the final approach.
7459 PAC. 206 knots indicated. Hold 205 knots. Enter airspeed selection room. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
And what I'm doing right now is just adjusting my speeds where I want to be.
$8,000 feet.
I do like the sound of that, the sound of those engines.
Altitude lock off. Altitude lock active.
I'm going to do some more testing, you guys, this week, so you'll see me go live off and on to figure out this video thing. I think it might be an OBS setting. I need to go in and make some adjustments, I believe.
6777 PAC.
Because the adjustments that you gave me, Andy, I thought it was working, but it didn't.
Altimeter colon 1025.
It didn't change anything, I don't think.
6663 PAC. 207 knots indicated. Hold 200 knots. 207 knots indicated. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 7 nautical miles. Bearing colon 99 degrees. 2 minutes 1 second.
Now we're 7 miles away from the airport. That will change. We'll get 5 miles away from it, and then it start going back out.
6293 PAC. 7021 PA. 7. Hold 200 knots. 207 knots indicated.
And then I'll work on adjusting my speed as we're coming back in for our finals, where I will begin to set them speed settings to get down to the final speed. And hopefully we'll have a nice smooth landing.
PAC. 6011 PASL 6. Hold 200 knots. 196 knots indicated.
Of course, right now we're 196 knots.
195 knots indicated.
I'm going to keep an eye on that too. I might have to bring the flaps back in a little bit.
195 knots indicated.
Maybe not though. It's just where we're descending.
Altimeter cold. 0 feet per minute. 5244 feet. 195 knots indicated.
Well, and it's the wind too. We're playing with the wind here.
156 to 10 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Actually, no. Wind's at 10 knots.
15 degrees.
I'm showing 15 degrees out.
196 knots indicated.
We're okay.
50 below 2 VAG. 6001 feet ASL. Hold 200 knots.
Now let's take a look at distance.
Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 5 nautical miles. Bearing colon 21 degrees.
Yeah, right now it says 5 miles, and that's going to change. It's going to go back up. Now, typically, this is good for your larger jets, like your 777s. I really don't think the A320 needs to go out that far. But that's just the way they want it done, so that's what we're doing. And I'm sticking right to the flight plan on that. So,
next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 7 nautical miles. Bearing colon 6 degrees. 1 minute. 50
see, now we're 7 miles out. So, see what I mean? We're heading away from the airport to make our final turn, to come down and around and back in.
202 knots indicated. $199 knots indicated. 5359 feet. 5998 feet ASL. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 8 nautical miles. Bearing colon 356. 198 knots indicated.
We're going to go ahead and adjust for
Enter airspeed selection removed.
a speed of 180.
Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Add start cursor. Normal cursor. 199 knots indicated. 198 knots indicated. Altimeter colon 1025. 197 knots indicated.
And I can honestly probably bring my flaps out to the next notch.
194 knots indicated. 194 knots indicated. 193 knots indicated. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 10 nautical miles. Bearing colon 347 degrees. 2 minutes 58 seconds.
Now we're 10 miles out from the airport.
Total fuel colon 5,404.0 pounds. 860.
We got a little over 5,000 pounds of fuel.
189 knots indicated.
So we're not heavy at all. Not at all.
Hold 180 knots. 187 knots indicated. Water, Indiana, United States. 0.5 nautical miles. 313 degrees.
I'm just hoping. I don't think there's a new. I don't think there's a new air act available yet. I think it's more like. Actually, it should be coming up.
Thursday, February 18th, 2021.
I think the next day or two we should be seeing it.
183 knots indicated. Hold 180 knots. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 12 nautical miles. Bearing colon 300. Enter airspeed colon edit selection removed. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
We're gonna bring her down to 260.
180.
Oh no, we're not.
Enter air selection Microsoft Flight
160.
189 knots indicated. 191 knots in. Hold 160 knots.
I about messed up there. See, good thing for doing this ahead of time.
Hold 160 knots. 194 knots indicated. 194 knots indicated.
We're gonna bring our flaps out one more setting here. Flaps 20.
190 knots indicated. Hold 160 knots. 187 knots indicated.
There we go.
184 knots indicated.
Boy, I don't know why I put in 260. That would have. I could have got us probably back to the right speed in time, but good thing I caught on to that. Quick corrections, my friends. Quick corrections.
172 knots in. Hold 160 knots.
I got a hose speed of 160 where we are currently at 169.
Hold 160 knots.
Our flaps are set to flaps 20. I'm not going to touch them flaps again until we get near the final approach.
5227 feet. 5996. Hold 160 knots. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 16 nautical miles. Bearing colon 332 degrees. 5 minutes 40 seconds.
And I can tell, and you would be able to tell as well if you're flying to this airport when you're coming in on the opposite side of the airport, or you know, getting set up for your ILS, because when you get to the airport you don't hear anything about the ILS or any of that stuff until you go back out and away, down more and back in. Then you should pick up your ILS around 20 miles I've caught it as early as 25 miles for the Indianapolis runways, the ILS anyways.
5278 feet.
But I usually don't go to my approach until I'm about at least 15 miles out. That way I know for sure we're on the final deal there.
5267 feet. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 18 nautical miles bearing colon 329 degrees 6 minutes 47 seconds.
We're 18 miles out from the airport now. I believe we're going to go out as far as 30 miles, I believe, and then it turns back. It makes its turn between 28 and 30 miles, between the 28 mark and the 30 mark. It'll do its turn, and then it'll start coming back down.
160 knots indicated. Hold 160 knots. 160 knots indicated.
We're right at 160 knots, dead on.
160 knots indicated. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 20 nautical miles bearing colon 328 degrees 7 minutes 27 seconds.
20 miles out.
Heading colon 134.
Our heading is 134. Let's take a look at something real quick.
Property page. Property 1 half button. List code semi. All FT code. Kind semi root colon. Odd semi root colon. DTTLR semi. Osmo semi root colon. Odd semi root colon. Osmo semi root colon. APPR semi. Course colon. 322 semi. All FT colon. 4787. DTTLR semi root colon. APPR semi. Course colon. 320 semi. All FT colon. 2400. Osmo semi root colon. APPR semi. Course colon. 322 semi. All FT colon. DTTLR semi root colon. APPR semi. Course colon. 320 semi. All FT colon. 24.
Yeah, 320 is going to be the heading that we will be turning to.
Flight M. Autopilot check box checked. M button. Flight land M1 check box checked. M button. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Heading colon 134.
Right now we're at 134. That's going to change.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 22 nautical miles bearing colon 3.
I believe around 28 miles, 27 miles, we should start to make our turn.
Fifty-two 98 feet. 160 knots indicated. Heading colon 134.
Still on a heading of 134.
134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 24 nautical miles bearing
24 miles out.
5 seconds.
Fuel.
Total fuel colon 4,700.
4,700 pounds of fuel.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 25 nautical miles.
Anywhere from 4 to 5 miles, we should be making our turn to head back in.
Shelby, Indiana, United States.
When you're at Indianapolis, you're going to see Shelby, Indiana. That's going to show up pretty much on top of the airport, to be honest. It's because it's so close together.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 27 nautical miles bearing colon 300. Heading colon 134.
Okay.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 27 nautical miles bearing colon
27 miles.
Heading colon 134.
134.
Heading colon 134. Heading colon 134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 27 nautical miles.
Okay, still 27.
Heading colon 134. Heading colon 134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 28 nautical miles bearing colon.
There's 28 miles.
Heading colon 133. Heading colon 133. Heading colon 133. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 29 nautical miles bearing colon 323 degrees 10 minutes 38 seconds. Heading colon 133.
133 on our heading.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 29 nautical miles bearing colon
29 miles.
48 seconds.
I might be wrong. It might be 32 miles out for a turn. I was thinking between 28 and 30, but I could be off a little bit.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 29 nautical miles bearing colon. Heading colon 133.
We're still flying a heading of 133. Come on, baby, turn around.
Heading colon 134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 31 nautical miles.
All right, we're 31 out.
Heading colon 134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 31 nautical miles. Bearing colon 322 degrees 11 minutes 31. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 31 nautical miles.
31 miles.
134.
Heading 134. It's not made its turn yet, but it's gonna.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 31 nautical miles. Bearing colon heading colon 134. Heading colon 134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 32 nautical miles. Bearing colon 322 degrees 11 minutes 54 seconds. Heading colon 134.
All right, fuel is looking good.
4,336.4 pounds.
4,300 pounds of fuel.
Heading colon 134.
Come on, make your turn.
Bartholomew, Indiana, United States.
Bartholomew.
Heading colon 134. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 34 nautical miles. Bearing colon 322 degrees 12 minutes 30 seconds.
Here we go.
133. Heading colon 131.
Now it's making its turn to get us at that 320, I believe.
Hold 160 knots. Enter airspeed colon edit selected selection. Microsoft Flight
We're going to
Simulator.
set that 140 airspeed.
Heading colon 113.
Yeah, we're making our turn now, 113.
Waypoint colon kind distance colon 35 nautical miles. Bearing
Right
colon
at 35
322
miles out is when it's making its turn.
Heading colon 94.
Yep, 94 on our heading.
Heading colon 88.
88, she's really doing a good bank here.
Heading colon 82. 157 knots indicated.
Now that's where you'll see your speed go back up, but as soon as it straightens out, your speed is straightened out.
Heading colon 63.
Heading 63.
156 knots indicated. Hold 140 knots. Heading colon 52.
Heading 52.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 35 nautical miles. Bearing colon 318 degrees. Heading colon 36.
We're at a heading of 36. Still making our bank here.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 35 nautical miles. Bearing colon 300. Heading colon 16.
Heading 16. So I tell you, we're coming in from, we're almost directly north on this runway that we're going to be taking.
Heading colon 339.
339.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 34 nautical miles. Bearing colon 316 degrees 11 minutes.
And
32
now,
seconds.
yep, and now the distance is starting to decrease again.
Heading colon 311. Heading colon 300.
I believe it does a couple roundabouts, not around the airport, but it banks around a couple times, I
Heading
believe.
colon 279. Heading colon 269.
I'm just watching the heading to see how it does that.
156 knots indicated. Hold 140 knots. Heading colon 260.
Yeah, it's just, so when it does its turn, when it banks the first time, when it's 35 miles out from the airport again, it'll do its bank, and it'll continue to circle, make a couple loops as it's coming down.
Heading colon 260. Heading colon 260.
Well, the second, it's not a full circle though. I think it, we'll see here if it continues to make a full circle.
Heading colon 262.
I believe it does like a left bank, and then it'll do a half of a, not a full circle, but a half of that circle, and then it banks down to the right, I
Heading
believe.
colon 283.
Yeah, because now it's banking to the right.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 30 nautical miles. Bearing colon 321. Heading colon 301.
Yeah, it's banking to the right now, and we're at
Heading colon 308.
Heading to 308.
144 knots indicated.
We're at 144 knots. That's looking good.
146 knots indicated. Hold 140 knots. 147 knots indicated. Heading colon 321.
Yeah, we're at 321.
322. Heading colon 322. Heading colon 322.
Yep. Now we're at the 322.
Heading colon 321.
321.
Heading colon 321.
I think it's going to be, now it's going to stay between 321 and 322, I believe.
321.
Okay, good deal.
Altimeter colon 10 minus 7 feet per minute. Heading colon 321. 145 knots indicated.
We're at 145 knots indicated. Got a hold speed of 140.
Total fuel colon 3,000.
Total fuel 3,700.
Total fuel flow colon 6501.
Is that right?
Total fuel colon 3,712.6.
Yeah, 3,712 pounds of fuel. So we should be good on fuel when we land. We should only have maybe a couple thousand pounds left.
Heading colon 321.
And we're still on a heading of 321.
NAV1 has localizer.
And there's our nav1. Now let's see how far away we are.
Heading 140.
26 nautical miles. Bearing colon 321 degrees.
See, we're 26 miles out. I'm not hitting approach yet. I'm going to wait till we're at least 18, maybe 15 miles out.
5206 feet. 5999. Hold 140 knots.
I mean, everybody got their own preference, but I feel like,
Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 25 nautical.
25 miles, that's out a pretty good distance, and I just feel more comfortable doing it. Yeah, I mean, you could probably do it at 20 miles, but I'm gonna try to, depending on our altitudes here.
Altimeter colon 1025. 30.26 inches. Dot.
I've gotten pretty good at landing here in Indianapolis because I've flown it several times. Which, I'm from Indiana, so I like to land at my home airport.
Heading colon 316 through 321 magnetic. Heading colon 321.
321 magnetic, so we're going to be,
Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 23 nautical miles. Bearing colon 321 degrees. 8 minutes 48 seconds. 0 feet per minute. 5266 feet. 6,000 feet ASL. Hold 140 knots. 140 knots indicated. Heading colon 316 through 321 magnetic. Heading colon 321.
heading hold is 321, so that's good.
Heading colon 316 through 321 magnetic. Heading colon 321.
We'll go ahead and go over here.
Flight plan dash M1 M button. Flight plan dash M1 checkbox check. M button.
Hit the M button.
Flight plan dash M2 checkbox check. M
Go
button.
to M2.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
That way when it's time to go to approach.
1025. Next waypoint colon kind. Distance colon 21 nautical miles. Bearing colon 321 degrees. 8 minutes 5 seconds.
21 miles.
140 knots indicated. Minus 3 feet per minute.
I mean, I'd say we'd be safe at going on approach at 20 miles. But I'm gonna make sure. Let's see.
Property pick 1 half button.
Let's see.
Dash PLN. Dot. List 1 half button. Descend to 6 net height line up. Descend to 10,000 top. Descend to top. Descend height. Descend to slam tools. Star descend to 1 half Osmo colon 6 dot 5 dot 6 Osmo.
Osmo.
List kind semi root colon R32 pod semi. DTTLR semi Osmo semi root colon APPR semi course colon 322 semi alt FT colon 4780 semi ATS colon 202 semi leg NM colon 4.5 semi time colon 00 colon 04 colon 22 semi fuel LPS colon 210 DTTLR semi root colon APPR semi course colon 320 semi alt FT colon time semi.
Okay, we're on Osmo right now.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
NAV1 has
Next
glide
waypoint colon
slope.
kind distance colon 18 nautical miles bearing colon 320.
Let's take a look.
Property pick 1 half button. Colon Osmo colon 5 dot 2 dot 5 colon Osmo.
Once I see that waypoint switch, we'll go ahead and grab the approach.
Colon 4 dot 8 dot 7 dot 4 colon Osmo. Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 17 nautical miles bearing colon 320 degrees 6 minutes 37 seconds AP altitude colon
Then we'll be on the final approach for sure.
colon Osmo colon 4 dot 1 dot 4 colon 4 dot 0 dot 4 dot 3 dot 149 knots indicated. Total fuel colon 3,264.4 pounds, 487.3 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 3555. 4. Dot 3. Colon Osmo colon 3. Dot 3. Dot 2. Dot 2. Dot 3. Colon.
Okay, I'm just watching this, so when it switches, it should make a noise. It should beep on the radar.
Osmo colon 2. Dot 7. Dot 2. Colon.
2 miles to go, and then we'll go to approach.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 15 nautical miles. Bearing colon 320 degrees. 5 minutes 45 seconds. 4567 feet at minus 712 feet per minute. AP altitude colon 2300 feet. 2 colon Osmo colon 2 dot 0 dot 2 colon Osmo colon 1 dot 9 dot 8 dot 8 dot 7 dot.
There we go. We're almost
7
to it.
Dot 6 dot 6 dot 6 dot 5 dot 5 dot 1 colon
All right.
1 dot 4 dot
4,
3 dot 2
2,
2 dot 1 dot 1 dot 0 dot 1 5,000 feet dot 9 dot 9 dot 8 dot 7 dot 6 dot 6 dot 5 dot 5 dot 5 dot 4 dot 4 dot 4 dot 3 dot 3 8 dot altitude lock active 320.
there we go.
Microsoft heading lock off approach mode active flight slope hold active.
Down 18%.
And there we go. Final approach.
Down
As soon as I got on my
17%.
final approach, I went and activated the approach.
3794 4603
Down 17%.
And
1% right.
it was right around 4,500 feet.
Down 16%.
So see, every airport's different. Some you won't catch that until you're at 2,500.
Down
Some
16%.
3,000. Some,
2% right.
I don't think I've ever
Down
caught one
16%.
under 2,000. So
3% right.
141 knots indicated.
Down
4
15%.
140 knots.
3% right. Down 14%. 4% right. Down 13%.
Altitude lock off.
4% right. Down 13%. 5% right. Down 13%. 6% right. Down
4,000
13%.
feet.
6% right. Down
Greenville, Indiana,
13%.
United States. 0.8 nautical miles. 35
6%
degrees.
right. Down 12%. 6% right.
all right, we're looking
Down
good, guys.
11%.
140 knots indicated.
7% right.
We're right at 140
10%.
knots.
7% right.
2949 feet at
Down 9%.
Soon we get to
8%
2,500.
right. Down 8%. 8% right.
next waypoint colon kind distance colon 9 nautical miles. Bearing colon
Down
320 degrees. 3 minutes
7%.
27 seconds. 2789 feet at
9% right.
2770 feet at
Down 6%.
140 knots
9% right.
indicated.
Down 5%.
Flaps 27.
9% right.
140 knots indicated. Flaps
Down
35.
3%.
641 feet at
9%
138
right.
knots indicated.
10%
Now, my
right.
speed's going to go down a little bit because I
Up 3%.
changed the flaps a little bit.
10% right.
2552 feet at
There we go. Let's bring the gear
Up
down.
5%.
2,500.
10% right. Up 7%.
Here comes our gear.
11% right. Up 7%. 11% right.
Gear power
Up
stop.
7%.
137 knots indicated.
11% right.
3000 feet.
Up 6%. 12% right. Up 4%. 12% right.
Guys,
Up 3%. 13% right.
well,
Up 3%. 13% right.
I'm going to really hope
Up 3%.
my auto brake
15%
is
right.
not letting me adjust it. So,
AP altitude
3%.
colon 700 feet.
I think we can
12%
stop though.
139 knots indicated.
Up 3%. 12%
AP 30
right.
feet at
Up 3%.
It's going to be a little trickier on stopping, but I think we can do
11%
it. But my
3%.
auto brakes are not.
10% right. Up 3%. 9%
And if I
right.
turn on, if I plug in my yoke
Up
again,
3%. 9% right.
it will mess me up, I believe.
3%. 59 feet at
9% right.
142 knots indicated.
Up
140
3%.
knots.
8% right.
Flaps 35.
Up
Flaps
3%.
35.
8%
Flaps
right.
35.
Up 3%.
Well, what I'll do is
9% right.
to help us slow down, I'm going to bring out my,
3%. 9% right.
we'll bring our spoilers all the way out too.
9% right. Up 3%. 9% right. Up 2%.
I'll have my wing leveler
8%
on.
right.
That's going to help us.
Up 2%.
I do
7% right.
got my hotkey for my other.
Up 2%. 7% right. Up 2%. 7% right. Up 1%. 6% right.
ADF flight M button.
6%
Flight
right.
M checkbox checked. 718 M button. Flight M.
5% right.
615 feet.
3% right.
144 knots indicated.
5% right.
144 knots indicated.
Down 1%.
Auto throttle off. Airspeed hold off.
400.
Down 1%. 2% left.
342 feet. Altimeter full. 144 knots
Down
indicated.
1%.
293 feet.
4% left.
1,000 feet.
Down 3%.
200.
6% left. Down 3%. 7% left.
98 feet.
Down 6%.
50.
9%
40.
left.
30.
AV altitude full.
20. 10.
On ground. 119 knots. 106 knots. 91 knots. 76 knots.
There we go. We're okay.
61 knots.
Spoilers retracted.
47 knots. 34 knots.
There we go.
22 knots.
Well, we did that with no auto brakes. So, this A320 does not do the auto. Well, it didn't make no noise, anyways. Let's see.
Landing rate colon minus 176 feet per minute.
Minus 176 per minute. Not bad, guys. Not bad for, wow, for not using no auto brake. I think that's pretty daggone good. I didn't think it was flaring, but it was. It was definitely flaring, or we would have definitely not got
Landing rate colon minus 176 feet per minute.
minus 176 per minute. So,
Net flight light. FS Airlines. Dash button. There is button. X button. Exit button. End flight button. Next button. End flight button. Rest.
we'll definitely take that, right? We'll definitely take that.
No next review plan tools. Star descent 1 half remaining colon kind. APPRR double 1. 1 1. ZASD star 100 full miss approach. Desired dot Colts to the third.
Well, why is it reading
FS Airlines
that?
1 column. FS Airlines. CE left red. Desired dot Colts to the 30 full miss approach.
Hold on, let me.
Net time line FSX line no prop. Net time line FSX line no prop line 16 February 21st. PLN dash FS tram. FS tram no. Net time line FSX line no. Taskbar. App start cursor.
There we go.
FS Airlines. FS Airlines. Dash button. Carrot button. X button. Exit button. Next button. Dash button. Next button. No next review mode. Dash button. Next button.
Well, I'm trying to
Taskbar. App
read
start cursor. Normal cursor.
the daggone information here.
Taskbar. FS Airlines. FS Airlines. Bottom. Desktop. Top. Desktop. Screen root blank. Next. Exit. Next. Land passengers colon. 148.
148 passengers.
Land passage 100 duration colon. Less 2.380 min. Dash button. Next button. Press FS Airlines. 2192 V ADN. 2192 V dollar. Tickets left parent. Budget colon. 62,000 minus 740 crew and catering colon. 205 cargo colon. 33 4 bonus colon. 24 line. 451,000 profit colon. Less multiplier colon. 2005 V dollar 10 first. Salary colon. Less next. Exit.
All right, I'll take that.
Next button. Press. FS Airline. Dash button. Exit button. Dash button. Carrot button. X button. Home button. Up. Flight information. Fly button.
All right, so there we go. We'll close that,
Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
and we'll come over to this, and we will.
GSX dash select parking facility of kind Indianapolis in left parent 1/2 right parent 1 colon runway 5 L start 2 colon runway 5 R start 3
No, we don't want a runway. We want to get to a gate.
5 colon runway 23 R start 6 colon runway 32 start 7 colon 8 A left parent 8 suitable parking right parent 8 colon 8 B left parent 5 suitable parking right parent 9 colon GSX dash select position all gate A positions 1 colon gate A 1 dash small slash JS dot 2 colon gate A 2 dash small slash JS dot 3 colon gate A 3 dash small slash JS dot 4 colon gate A 4 dash small slash JS dot 5 colon gate A 5 dash small slash JS dot 6 colon gate A 6 dash small slash JS dot 7 colon gate A 7 dash small slash JS dot 8 colon gate A 8 dash small slash JS dot.
Oh, come on.
GSX dash follow me service request follow me 1 colon yes 2 colon no 3 colon just warp me there.
We don't want to do that.
Left bracket TSX, right bracket handling by one jet. TSX
No.
change parking slash service, change parking or service 1 colon, change parking facility left parent, currently colon, gate A1 right parent, 2 colon, revoke follow me, 3 colon, revoke follow me on parking services, 4 colon, just warp me there, left. TSX dash select parking facility of kind in the TSX dash select position all KP positions 1 colon,
See here.
KP2 dash small slash JS dot 2 colon, KP3 dash medium slash. Left bracket TSX, right bracket follow me estimated time of arrival colon, 1 minute 12 seconds.
That is not what I
TSX
want.
dash follow me service request, follow me 1 colon, yes 2 colon, no 3 colon, just warp me there. Left bracket TSX, right bracket that wasn't a very good parking.
That wasn't a very good parking. Why not?
KP2 of kind. Left bracket TSX, right bracket you need to stop the engine.
Okay. All right.
Number 1 ignition
Anyways,
off. Number 2 ignition off.
that
Number
is
1 fuel
that.
valve closed. Number 2 fuel valve closed.
It didn't like that gate, I guess. I don't know. But we got landed. We had a good landing, minus 172. Y'all heard it yourself. Want to remind you guys to check out the website, BviPilots.com. We got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Number 1 generator off. Number 2 generator
Trying to
off.
get set up with the partnership with a online radio station. And we're looking to, bring in more pilots. Maybe you want to fly. And especially if you got a disability of any type, we welcome you to join us. We will help you get set up and help you have some fun. So until next time,
26.1.
you guys have a good night.